Alright, let's do a little walkthrough of my new place. As I mentioned before, as I mentioned in yesterday's vlog, I don't really have a whole lot here right now. This place is kind of empty because the storage pod doesn't actually arrive until middle of next week. But I brought my computer with me. I got that up and running. Nice computer desk there, using what you have. You got to do that sometimes. Got a little chair to sit on. That's about all I have right now. Our music entertainment. When I got here, I brought this monitor from home, but I've been having problems with it for the last month or so. So I knew that it might not make the trip all the way. Well, it didn't. I got here last night and it wouldn't start up. So I had to go over and buy a new monitor. So we're good to go on that. Anyway, this is my living room. Stairs going upstairs. It's a modest place, but it will serve the purpose. Go into the kitchen. I was actually kind of surprised. The kitchen actually came fully equipped. It came with a refrigerator, came with a brand new dishwasher, it came with a brand new range, came with a brand new microwave. So, you know, the kitchen itself is relatively modest, but it's got everything you need, so that's good. Got a nice little half bathroom in here if we need it. And then I got my eating area / dining room out here. Nice front window. I have a little bit of a backyard, if well. For the record, the plants made the trip. They survived. The maple got a little singed at the top. It gets a little hot in the car sometimes, but that happens. I think it's going to survive. The 2 plumeria made it. Now we'll have to see if the 3 palm trees and the cactus made it. They're in the pod, and I won't find out about that for a few days yet. So let's go upstairs. That's right, it's a 2-story apartment. I actually wanted to try and get one on a single floor, but this was really the only thing that they had available. So you get to the top of the stairs. I got the guest bedroom here. That's gonna probably end up being the cat room. Comes a couple little closets. And got a half bath, or got a full bathroom in here if you need it. This was something I ended up paying for. I didn't really need. I really only needed 1 or 1.5 bathrooms. Ended up at 2.5 bathrooms, but we'll lock this off and keep the cats out of here. This will be fine. And then across the hall is the master bedroom. Once again, I'm roughing it. You know, I just have a sleeping bag and an air mattress. That's about all I had. Had to run out yesterday and get some trash cans because you'd be surprised how much you need trash cans when you move in. Just throwing stuff in a pile in the corner just doesn't cut it. A couple of closets in here as we need it. And then we have the master bathroom in here. Like I said, nothing exotic, nothing really high-end, you know, but it's suitable. It will cover the purpose for the next few months until I verify that I'm going to be happy here, and we'll go from there. I've already discovered a couple things that I'm going to have the guys work on, so we kind of know that. This door here, one of these closet doors here sticks, so I think they got to shave it. One of the problems they do when they paint an apartment, you know, every time you vacate it, every time a person vacates an apartment, they basically have to repaint it. Well, this gets to be a problem after a while where the paint layers just build up and get thicker and thicker and thicker. And so it kind of gets a little nasty sometimes, especially with wall plates, which are where the breakout boxes behind are based on the wall being a certain thickness, and you put 8 or 10 layers of paint on it, all of a sudden that wall isn't the same thickness anymore, and and the face plates don't fit properly, or they break or something like that. I also discovered there's a little problem with this light switch here. Oh, and of course it works now for me, but for it always works that way when you do it. But for some reason last night when I was pushing it, you flip it on, it wouldn't work. You actually had to kind of push the switch upwards to get it to go to work, to flip on. So I don't know. I'll mention that in the report to the landlord, and they'll have to get in here and maybe fix that. Probably just got to replace that switch. Not a big deal. Also noticed in here this morning when I tried to take a shower that the drain in the shower doesn't work very well. It's very, very slow, so I'm going to see if I can get them to root that out and get that worked out. Toilet has a little problem. Sometimes it doesn't stop. There's just a little plug in the bottom that plugs up the bottom of the tank once the water is drained out of the tank, and that plug isn't making proper contact, and so the toilet just runs and runs and runs and runs and runs. So another thing to work on. I also got a comment. Sometimes, I've just spent the last couple months repainting my house at home, and so I'm very, very sensitive to sloppy work. And wow, it's really obvious that they just kind of rushed through the painting of this place. Their lines are really ugly. They're not, there's a good example right there. That's just sloppy. So I don't know. I'm gonna mention to them that I'm pretty decent with my hands, and I'd like to see if they could just give me some touch-up paint, and I'll clean that up and make it look nice. I mean, look at that. That's just no pride, right? That's how that just works. Don't clean up your messes. Get a big drip here on the paint. I don't know. When you do your own thing, this is part of the reason why I tend to do my own work around the house, because then I know what I'm getting. I know it's done right. I know it's done to my standards, and I know if I find something wrong, I can quickly correct it. Got a little sloppy here. Didn't even really clean up after themselves. They got paint on the counter. Nice, huh? But anyway, that is my place. Those are my woes. And I think this place will work for me for a few months, and we'll go from there. Thanks again for watching Escaping the Mouse, and I'll see you next time. Good night.